Russian President Vladimir Putin says 16,000 new Russian recruits have been deployed as the Kremlin ramps up its response to Ukraine's counteroffensive.
This comes as a Russian rocket hit the southern city of Zaporizhia following a week of deadly strikes on civilian targets in Ukraine. Joining us now for more on this is CBS News reporter Mary Ilyushina. She is in Riga, Latvia. Mary, welcome. Thanks for joining us. So can you detail for us how Russia has been responding to these advancements by Ukraine, specifically when it comes to civilians? Because when you look at these casualties, they don't appear to be sort of collateral damage.
Yeah, exactly. Hello. This is now the fifth day we're now seeing attacks on Ukrainian cities, Ukrainian infrastructure, their civilian casualties. On Monday morning, in rush hour, Russia launched this massive attack, which Ukraine said was 75 missiles, and they hit, very kind of obviously not strategically militarily important things like a glass bridge in Kiev, or you landed in a park somewhere. And, it's seen a lot like an intimidation tactic against the Ukrainian civilian population, but also has really big repercussions for the upcoming winter, because Ukrainians in some places are left without electricity, without heating, without water. It is October, we're moving towards winter. So this is, again, one of the things that people have been fearing, that Vladimir Putin will try to make it very difficult for Ukraine to survive this winter. And also kind of this war of attrition will give him some sort of advantage.
And Mary, what do we know about today's rocket strike in Zaporizhia and why this city in particular has been so brutally bombarded by Russian forces?
Well, Zaporizhia is very key for Russians because they claim to control the Zaporizhia region, the wider area around this key city, but they don't control this particular town. So the heart of this region is not under Russian control. And Russia right now tries to solidify their claim to these annexed territories. As we remember, they staged a referendum in 4 different regions of eastern Ukraine, and they are not fully controlling them either politically or militarily. In fact, they're losing a lot of ground in Kherson area, for example, where they're trying to evacuate some civilians because they fear that the attacks and the counteroffensive that Ukrainians are mounting is going to be growing and going to be more severe with each day. So they have been attacking and trying to sort of increase their grip on this area in Zaporizhia.
Well, Mary, Russian President Vladimir Putin is facing criticism from pro-war bloggers who are accusing him of throwing unprepared recruits into battle. How is he responding?
Well, he said today that, all mobilized men are going to have combat training, even though there have already been several reports, some of them official reports from regional authorities, that people who have been mobilized in the past 3 weeks already died in Ukraine. So, and they were supposed to get 2 to 3 weeks of training before they even got there, but they've already been in combat and came back to Russia, obviously in a casket, unfortunately. So that's been happening already. So that kind of undermines this idea that they're getting a lot of training and they're well prepared. And also he said that Vladimir Putin is not he doesn't regret anything. He was asked whether he regrets what's happening now, starting the war. He said he doesn't. He said that if he didn't go through this, Russia would be facing the same thing on its own territory, but it would be even worse. So he says he has absolutely no regrets.
Quite grim there. But Mary Ilyushina, thank you for bringing us up to speed. We appreciate it.